If you want to see how people truly see you, do one thing and do it once. Withdraw your emotional availability, not your kindness, not your presence, your emotional compliance. Machiavelli understood a truth most people never learn. People don't respect what is endlessly accessible. They respect what has boundaries. Most individuals give away emotional energy freely. They explain themselves too much. They react too quickly. They accommodate before being asked, and in doing so, they teach others how to treat them. Psychologically, humans assign value based on cost. What costs nothing is treated casually. What requires restraint is treated carefully. The moment you stop overreacting, something changes. When you don't rush to respond, people lean in. When you don't justify yourself, people listen. When you don't seek validation, people reassess your position. This isn't manipulation, it's recalibration. You're not punishing anyone. You're removing excess access. Machiavelli warned that those who seek approval lose authority. Authority comes from self-command, knowing when to engage and when to remain still. Most people fear this step because they confuse withdrawal with rejection. But emotional restraint is not rejection. It is self-respect, and self-respect alters the social hierarchy instantly. People begin to wonder, why isn't he reacting? Why doesn't she explain herself? What changed? That curiosity is the shift. Because when you stop trying to be understood, people start trying to understand you. This is the first move. You don't need to announce it. You don't need to threaten it. You simply do less emotionally and let others feel the absence. And once they feel it, the dynamic is no longer the same. This is where treatment changes. Not because you demanded respect, but because you finally stopped giving it away for free. The second shift is uncomfortable but powerful. Stop explaining yourself. Most people over-explain because they fear misunderstanding, but psychologically, explanation is often read as self-defense, and self-defense signals weakness. Machiavelli understood that authority is not established through justification. It is established through certainty. The more you explain your decisions, emotions, or boundaries, the more you invite negotiation. And once something is negotiable, it is no longer respected. Notice how people with real power speak. They don't narrate their reasoning. They don't soften their positions. They don't seek agreement. They state, then they stop. Silence does the rest. When you explain too much, you subconsciously tell people, I'm not fully comfortable with this choice. I need you to agree so I feel secure. Open to being convinced otherwise. People feel that instantly, and once they feel it, they tesky you. They push. They question. They challenge. Not because they're cruel, but because humans instinctively probe uncertainty. The moment you shorten your explanations, something changes. Your words carry more weight. Your boundaries feel final. Your presence feels grounded. This doesn't mean being rude or dismissive. It means trusting that you don't owe clarity to everyone. Machiavelli warned that those who try to be understood by all are controlled by all. Authority requires selectivity, especially with information. When you stop explaining, people begin to project competence onto you. They assume you know something they don't. They listen more closely. They hesitate before challenging you, because now there's no opening. This is why powerful people often appear calm and minimal. They don't need to convince, they allow others to adjust. Do this once. The next time you set a boundary or make a decision, state it clearly and stop talking. no defense, no apology, no emotional cushioning, just calm finality, and watch what happens. People won't argue more. They'll adapt, because when explanation disappears, authority takes its place. The third move is subtle but devastatingly effective. Stop responding immediately. Instant replies signal availability. Availability signals low demand. Low demand invites disregard. Machiavelli understood that time is leverage. The one who controls timing controls the interaction. Most people react the moment they're contacted. They answer right away. They explain right away. They fix right away. And in doing so, they train others to expect instant access. That expectation becomes entitlement. The moment you dilacamle, intentionally people feel the shift. They wonder, why didn't he reply yet? Did I say something wrong? Is something else taking priority? That uncertainty changes the power dynamic. This isn't about playing games. It's about ending reactivity. Reactive people are predictable. Predictable people are controllable. When you pause before responding, you create space. And in that space, you regain the frame. You decide the tone. You decide the energy. You decide whether engagement even happens. Machiavelli warned that those who rush expose themselves. Those who wait are perceived as measured, composed, and superior in position. This applies everywhere. Conversations, texts, work, decisions, social interactions. When your response is not automatic, people start to treat your attention as valuable. And valuable attention is respected. Do this once. The next time someone demands your reaction, don't give it immediately. Pause, breathe, respond when you choose not to punish, not to manipulate, but to reclaim control. And watch how the dynamic shifts. People become more polite, more deliberate, more careful with how they approach you, because now they feel it. Your time is not theirs. And once people understand that, they treat you very differently. This is where the change becomes undeniable. Set one clear boundary then. Refuse to justify it. Most people have boundaries. Very few enforce them without apology. They say no, then immediately soften it. They explain, they negotiate, they feel guilty. And in doing so, they erase the boundary they just tried to create. Machiavelli understood that power is not shown by how loud you are, but by how unchangeable you are once a decision is made. A boundary only works when it feels final. When you explain your boundary, you invite others to evaluate it, to decide whether it's valid, to see if it can be bent. But when you state it calmly and stop talking, something shifts. Popolo. Pause. Because now they realize this is not a preference. This is a position. Psychologically, humans test boundaries the moment they sense hesitation. If they feel emotional discomfort, uncertainty, or guilt in you, they push harder, not maliciously. Instinctively, when you remove explanation, you remove the opening. You don't say, I can't because I'm busy. You say, I won't be doing that, and you let silence do the work. This is not aggression. It's self-respect. Machiavelli warned that those who bend once are bent forever. Consistency, not kindness, creates respect. Do this once. Pick one situation where you usually over-accommodate. Set a boundary. State it cleanly. Then stop. No debate, no emotional cushioning, no follow-up, and watch what happens. People may resist at first. They may look surprised. They may test again, but then something clicks. They adjust. because humans adapt quickly to certainty. Once they realize you no longer negotiate your limits, they stop trying to cross them. And from that moment on, they treat you differently. Not because you became harsh, but because you finally became solid. This is the habit that quietly destroys how people treat you. Over-accommodation. Doing more than is required. Adjusting before being asked. Fixing problems that aren't yours. Smoothing things over to avoid discomfort. It feels generous. Psychologically, it signals low self-priority. Machiavelli understood that people do not respect sacrifice they didn't request. They exploit, ito, ignorates. When you constantly adapt to others, you teach them a dangerous lesson. Your comfort comes second. And once that lesson is learned, it becomes permanent. The shift happens when you stop anticipating others' needs. You stop rushing to help. You stop over-delivering emotionally. You stop managing other people's reactions. Not all at once. Just once. Pick one situation where you usually give more than you should and don't. Let the silence sit. Let the inconvenience exist. Let others feel the weight they are used to handing you. This is not selfishness. This is rebalancing. Psychologically, people only value effort when it is selective. When your help is rare, it becomes meaningful. When it is constant, it becomes invisible. Machiavelli warned that those who give too much lose leverage. Leverage comes from choice, not obligation. The moment you stop cushioning others from discomfort, they start treating you with more care. They become clearer, more respectful, more deliberate, because now they understand something changed. You are no longer the safety net, and when you're no longer the safety net, people watch how they move around you. That's when treatment changes, not through confrontation, but through withdrawal of excess. This is the moment most people fail and undo everything. When people feel the shift, they will push back, not aggressively, not openly, subtly. They'll question your tone. They'll joke about what changed. They'll test your boundary again. This is not resistance. It's recalibration. Machiavelli understood that when power dynamics change, the environment tests the new order. If you react emotionally, explain yourself, or retreat, you signal uncertainty. And uncertainty invites reversal. The rule is simple. Stay calm, stay consistent, say less. No defensiveness, no irritation, no need to prove anything. Your calm is the confirmation. When you don't react, people feel something unsettling. They no longer control your emotional state. That's when respect solidifies. Psychologically, humans look for emotional cues to decide how far they can go. If you stay centered while pressure is applied, the pressure stops. Because pushing someone who doesn't react feels pointless and risky. This is where treatment truly changes. Not when you set the boundary, but when you hold it without emotion. Machiavelli warned that strength without control invites challenge. Strength with control ends it. Do this once. When someone questions your change, don't justify it. Don't explain. Don't apologize. Respond calmly or not achioled. And let the silence answer for you. That silence is not weakness. It is finality. And once people sense finality, they adjust permanently. This is how one shift becomes a new reality. Not through force, but through unmovable calm. This is the final truth end. It's irreversible. Once you change the pattern, people lose their ability to treat you the old way. Not because you demanded respect, not because you threatened consequences, but because you removed the behaviors that allowed disrespect to exist. Machiavelli understood that treatment is not based on who you are, based on what you consistently allow. The moment you stop over-explaining, reacting immediately, seeking approval, managing other people's emotions, the social contract rewrites itself. People don't need an announcement. They feel the shift, they speak more carefully, they test less often. They hesitate before crossing lines they used to ignore. And here is the key insight most people miss. They don't resent you for this. They respect you because deep down, people feel safer around those who are solid, predictable in values, come under pressure. Unmoved by manipulation, your stillness becomes the boundary. This is why doing this once works. You don't need to repeat yourself. You don't need to enforce aggressively. You don't need to explain what changed. The moment you show that access to you is no longer automatic, people adjust instinctively. Machiavelli warned that those who give too much lose leverage. Leverage comes from choice, not obligation. The moment you stop cushioning others from discomfort, they start treating you with more care. They become clearer, more respectful, more deliberate, because now they understand something changed. You are no longer the safety net. And when you're no longer the safety net, people watch how they move around you. That's when treatment changes. Not through confrontation, but through withdrawal of excess. Respect isn't demanded. It's enforced through behavior. If this shifted how you move, think, and set boundaries, you're already changing the game. Thank you for watching Mind of the Alpha. Subscribe, stay disciplined, and move with purpose.